Alright guys, welcome back to episode 6 of RaZe Dev. This episode's a little bit hectic. I had so much footage and everything, but since between the times I've been recording this series, I've changed those systems I showcased to people, so unfortunately I don't want to include it because now it's outdated. And there's kind of a bit of change up to the Reaper class, actually pretty remarkable. So this system over here is no longer, guys. It's pretty big, and I want to explain it before I show you my reaction to it and all that. Essentially what happens is with the marker class, or any bow class in this map, if they shoot the Reaper, there's a small chance, even with the fill clock detecting if an arrow's near the Reaper and clearing it, it would still bypass it because arrows travel super fast. Now I'm gonna showcase this. I also fixed the regen, so it actually works good now. I have this little system. So this one just sets this hopper to output a little bit slower to this one, and this one's just regen. Alrighty guys, I'm going to show you right now. So I've been doing a bit of testing, and unfortunately it's just not going to work. The hitbox of the Reaper was about this big. So this is about the radius for the old Reaper, and I was talking to Jevin, and he had a good point as to why there would be slight chances that I'd hit the Reaper. And it's actually quite simple when you draw the radius around the Reaper. So imagine if I'm moving this glass that's following me, I'm inside that glass. For example, I grab a creeper right here. And as that's me right there, I'm the creeper right there, and that is around, this is the clearing area for the RaZe ability, not the RaZe ability, for, destroying all the arrows. But watch as I hit the corners. Look, I even hit it through the, you see what I mean, guys? Like, I even hit it through the corner. So you can imagine, if you're fully charging a bow that's going 40 blocks per second, more than 40 blocks per second, there's no way the fill clock's gonna pick that up, especially in these corners. So there's no way you're ever going to fix this little problem if you have this short of a radius. Now the problem becomes more with how OP am I gonna make this. Okay, so let's take a look really quick. If I increase the radius, you're looking at a hitbox for arrows hitting the Reaper right now, guys. This is not a joke, this is real. Imagine you're the Reaper, and that's your hitbox now. You're that tiny creeper right there, but if I shoot right there, you get damaged. If I keep shooting like this, you keep getting damaged. You'll die in 3 hits, because even lobbing the arrow is 3 hearts. Okay, so picture that for a second. Even with this large radius, there's a small chance when I hit this corner, it's traveling so fast that won't be able to complete its cycle in clearing the arrow. What actually happens is it will always set the score to, if it's ever in the radius, no matter if it hits you instantly, like this, like if I'm in the radius, it'll always, that arrow that I just threw will always have that score, but the command blocks surrounding it don't have enough time to react to that arrow, because either it went into the victim already, or it's just got killed. So it's kind of difficult to actually see that, right? It's kind of hard to imagine a bit, I guess. So yeah, if you're wondering those particles around me, it's just Morse. I'll turn that off for now. But you can imagine this is very problematic. We tried box radiuses around the Reaper, and even box radiuses that fix the corners, even with this, a 3 block radius of a box like this around the Reaper, there's still a small chance that it will hit the Reaper. And you can't make it bigger than this, or you might as well just make the Reaper non-existent, or just, you might as well give him like sharpness 3000 and a bow with 10,000 or something to compensate for this gigantic hitbox. You guys know what I'm saying now? Like, you can't, like, there's no compensation for a hitbox this big for a player. Like, you can't compensate that. That's just, it's too much of a debuff. So now it brings me to the next thing. By removing this functionality from the Reaper, you might be wondering, what can I do to compensate for this? Well, it's pretty simple. I don't have to really do anything. All I really have to do, actually, is maybe buff his sword a little bit, and that's it, or his scythe, and that's about it. I mean, let the arrow hit. I mean, if you have regular hitbox of about this, if that's your hitbox, I mean, you know, there should be a defect that you got hit when you're fully invisible, right? So I mean, I did a little bit of thinking, really. Like, if your hitbox is normal and someone hits you with the bow, I mean, that should be a defect towards yourself. That should be a defect. So yeah, I think I'm gonna keep it that way, guys. You know, 1.8 is not even here yet. They might be doing a lot of overhauling and a lot of new tags. I hope they do. I hope they add a lot more tags. The only thing I would really like them to do is make it so you can detect arrows and entities. I'm going to show you guys something. Let me get some arrows. And this is pretty weird. Now, I'm going to shoot myself with that. And you can clearly see the arrows stuck inside me. Okay, I'm going to log out. And I'm going to log back in. And they're gone. What is wrong with that? Why does it do that? So, the best answer I could come up with is that for this particular case, or not even this particular case, just in general, when you hit an entity with an arrow, the arrow is killed and a ghost visual graphical representation of an arrow is left behind, which you see. So he's like, oh, he got shot, right? Graphical representation, it has a hitbox, but you can't detect it. Kill at E, type equals arrow. This will kill any arrow in loaded chunks. Obviously I'm the player, it should be loaded. Doesn't get killed. So what's up with that? Let me just show you that that command is working. See, it killed one arrow. Yeah, you can't detect it. However, I was thinking that arrow despawns after a certain amount of time, so therefore the game itself is checking for that arrow and, you know, it's setting a lifetime score of it, because there's a tag called life, and it's a short, so 3B would be 3 ticks in byte format. You can detect a lifetime of arrows, so I was thinking maybe I can do that, but you know, it comes to a bigger picture. If I can't kill the arrow, there's no way I can detect it if I can't kill it. So yeah, that kind of failed. But yeah, guys, I mean, I just want to share that information for you. It's actually pretty interesting. I didn't know anything like that until doing thorough testing with myself. With that arrow stuff, but yeah, and then the radius with Jevin, and then, you know, to be honest, guys, it's just impractical, really, when you make the hitbox bigger. You can, of course, I think if you make it one larger, like 4, it will kill every arrow every time, no matter what. It will never ever fail if you do 4, but that's just, guys, that 4, like, that's a 9 block radius you're looking at in each direction, and this would be higher, looking like it, so, you know, you might as well just get rid of it at that point if you're going to increase the hitbox like that. I mean, and if you think about it for a sec, guys, I'd rather take 3 hearts of damage if I have a smaller hitbox than I do with this being logged at. This is more of a defect if you think about it. In hindsight, you know, it's easier to think this way, but when you're like initially trying to make the class, I'm thinking like, oh, to clear the arrow, that's perfect, he'll be always invisible. But, you know, it's actually better if he gets hit with the arrow, to be honest with you guys. So, you know, it's good that, you know, these thoughts come in mind. That's why I like to get a lot of people to help me and test with me. It always helps me expand my thought process to make the map a bit better. Alrighty, guys, I don't want to tease you anymore. I'm going to show you the macro class so far. We got macro, morse, and drag. And he just saw something. Okay. Let's take a look at macro. Standard bow, damage 3. This is also a melee weapon. That is very true. You can smack entities with it. Let's just give an example with this creeper. 6 hits. If that was normal, it would be only, what is that, 2? If that was normal, that'd be 10 hits, I think. So 6. It's, you know, it's a bit better. It can be used as a melee weapon. Obviously, it's like a wooden sword kind of melee weapon, even worse. It's not supposed to be. But, you know, it's just there. Here's a morse. As you can see everywhere I walk, I get the morsing particles, and I'm going to show you this. Alright, so if I throw it, it gets these particles, and any other enemy that gets hit by this or near, if the snowball is near the player, what will happen to that player is they will get blinded and withered for 5 seconds exactly. This is morsing. So blindness, this is ideally the way you want to get a kill in this map with Marco is this, guys. Do that. Something like that. You get what I'm saying? You throw Morse, they're blinded so they can't sprint and they can't see much, so they're forced to walk around. Then you throw in drag because they can't see where they're walking, and then you start shooting them with your bow. That's the ideal way to get a kill in this map as Marco, so far. But that's about it for today, guys, in terms of, you know, me explaining to you. Now we're going to work on the actual RaZe map, and I tell you, in that episode I get a lot of progress done. So take a look at it, see the map for yourself. See you guys, peace out. I did some tweaking to Marco though. Here we are. So this is Marco the bow. Standard, and it's also a melee weapon, we know that. We have Morse. It's a snowball now. Throw Morse. Holding Morse makes you vulnerable to Morse. Not sure how I'm going to do that, but here I'm morsing right now. You see the particles? And that means when I throw this projectile, it will gain that particle, basically showing that, you know, basically what this does is it withers the enemy, and then it will blind the enemy for 5 seconds. So think about morsing for a second, guys. I'm morsing right now, so when I throw it and it hits someone, it doesn't have to hit someone, it's a area and effect snowball. So when I hit them, they're blind, they can't run. When you're blind, you can't run, you can't sprint, and you're taking damage. You throw drag down, you know, if I enabled it, that is. So you throw drag down like this while they're down there, and then you shoot them a few times. And that's how you get a kill as Marco, if you're doing it effectively. So if you're wondering the effects of the Marco helmet, it's protection 4, feather falling 5, and projectile protection 3. It's one of the weakest armors in the game. It is the weakest armor because Reaper doesn't have any armor. So it is the weakest armor. So yeah, that's a little bit for you guys. Alright guys, I've been working. So yeah, I was working on with my stream earlier today, and we started building this little bridge over here and everything. I want to show it to you guys, so just take a look at that. This was inspired by G. I'm going to show you what G had again, just so you see. This is what I got, and I think it's good. I think it's great. I might have shown this already, so just disregard this, I guess. But the idea with this bridge on top is I want you to be able to see it, the underneath part of it, like that. It's just a little visual enhancement, I guess. And then it carries on all the way to the side right here. And this one will be like 11 blocks wide. So 5, 3, 4, that's 9, 11 wide, there you go. So the entire bridge is 11 wide, just like that, and it goes into each direction. There you go. So just building that, whew, it's something else really. So when I say I work hard, I really think I want to put that in perspective. So I kind of redid the entire lanes completely. So yeah, there we go. That took me for ages, guys. That took me ages. And yes, guys, if you were wondering, how am I going to get to the middle lane? So essentially, you have to position yourself to stand on top of this one wide platform, or else you'll fall in the void, because, you know, nobody wants to fall in the void. So you're going to have to position yourself. If you spawn here, you're going to try to make a leap of faith towards it. If you spawn, like, let's say over here on the pad, you got to try to make a leap of faith over to it. So it's just very important that you guys do that. Yeah. So this is the mid lane. It matches completely evenly with the other lane, exactly. Here, I'm going to show you. So once it gets to 3, as you can see, it starts 3. Right here, so 2, 3, see, it's perfect. All the way down. And here we are. So it's much larger. This is a gigantic mid lane now, as you can see. Now, this is super ideal for the Reaper, but it's not done yet. So what I want to do, because as you can see, it actually takes quite a bit with speed 5 to get across. So what's happening is around here-ish, like right about here, is going to be void right across. You won't be able to see it because my crosshair, I'll do this, there we go. Just like all over here, this over there, and all over here, like a little small ellipse, will be void, and it'll be blocked off like over here. This is the jungle area, it'll be blocked off. You'll see like small statics between here, and that'll be the same over here, and then you'll be able to hop between lanes with teleporters. So yeah, that is a system we got for that, and I built both of these on both sides, and you can see this looks much like the small version I have, and this is kind of what I want. So that means when we have these small things going up, we can start up right here, and then we can make it spiral up towards the right and to the left and have so much room. Like this is what I wanted, guys, to be honest. And also I have these checkerboards, 7327 checkerboard, or this checkerboard I might introduce in the map. I don't know which one I'm gonna preserve or take, so we'll have to see. I don't know. Checkerboard in terms of something in the map. I don't know if it's maybe the lobby, but yeah, that's about it for now. That's actually what I'm gonna do today. We're gonna work a little bit on the lobby, and I'm gonna call it a quits. Alrighty, guys, so we can work on the lobby here. Effect RaZe clear / effect RaZe 16,000 true. There we go. Excelente. Woohoo! Okay, so let's work on this. See, that obsidian there is 100% necessary, so I'm just gonna leave it at that. I have this to teleport over there. So if you have 12 on, you'll be able to just see the map. So that's pretty cool. And I don't think it's centered at all. So between us, guys, don't say anything. Alright, let's check. 0. No, it's very centered. Yes, it is. It just doesn't look that way. Alrighty. So let's work here. Alright, guys, I got a lot of progress done right here. As you can see, it looks very good. There we go. I just finished. I think that's going to be about it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the episode. I've been working pretty crazily on the map. I know I just did a lot of work right here, but I mean, we'll have to see next episode, really. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. Take care. Peace out now.